Hi YouTube family, it is me, Stanika. Okay, so I thought I'd give y'all an update on today's appointment. Well, let's see. I it's my family in the back getting ready for dinner. I'm just getting in. My appointment was for 1:45. It's a 2-hour drive back and forth. So then I had some stops to make along the way. So you can just imagine. It's been a long day, and I did a lot of thinking and praying along the way. Um, so went in, had my blood drawn, and then after that they did the ultrasound, which I thought was kind of weird for them to be doing a post-coital test today. And then they went and did the ultrasound. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm not doing a post-coital test today. But when I was in the ultrasound room, she was like, oh, I see you doing a post-coital test today. And I said, yeah, that's what they tell me. And she's like, well, okay then. So she attempts to find my ovaries. Again, having more problem than anyone I've ever seen. And this is the second time I've had her. And even the first time she was like in a rush, then I didn't feel like she like really measured. But again, she went in, and then she couldn't get nothing. She couldn't find them at all. So she was like, go use the bathroom, empty everything out. So I did that because I did have to go because it was a long drive there and I was drinking. So went ahead, emptied my bladder and everything. Came back in the room, and she attempted again, and she started measuring stuff, but I didn't see what. I couldn't tell, like, usually when you measure in a follicle, it's like a black hole, and it wasn't black hole she was measuring. I don't know what she was measuring, but it was like fuzzy, and I'm like, okay. And so she kept looking at my paperwork, and then she'll look at the screen, and then I see her doing like the measurements and everything, and I'm like, what is she measuring? I saw one thing she was measuring, one black hole, and that was on my left side, and it was like I want to say a 16.9. That's the only thing I seen her measure. Everything else was just fuzzy looking that she was measuring. And so then after that, she's like, good luck. And went to the waiting room. They called me to the back. Did my coital. And then, she put so much lubrication up me with the wand. Oh my goodness, and it hurt it. I was like, that's gonna like flush something out. I was like, that can't be right. For them to do a coital test after they done put so much lube up me. But so went into the room, waited for him to come in. He came in, stuck the thing up my cervix, spread it in on a little micro, one of them flat micro things, what I don't know what they call, but if you look through the microscope and you can look at it. So he was like, come on, follow me. I'll let you see what I'm looking at. So we went and we was looking, and he was just looking around and looking around and looking around, and he couldn't see nothing. He was like, your CM looks normal. He said it looks nice and watery, and I'm just thinking, you know, it might be watery, but not as much as he said it would be. One moment. Where was I? Yes. So he's looking at the microscope. I was looking at the screen, and he was just looking through and looking through, just looking. He was like, and he kept saying, and then he was like, he's like, he said, usually when I do this, he said, usually as soon as I put it on the screen on, you can see sperm just swimming around. And he's like, I'm not seeing anything. So he's like, usually it takes seconds. He said, but I'm gonna take my time and look through this. So we sat there for a good 5 minutes, and he was like, I don't see not one sperm. And I was like, what? I said, how is that possible? He said, I don't know. He was like, didn't your husband have semen analysis? And I said, yeah. I said, he came back, everything came back normal. And he was like, I said, it was about 3 years ago, but I mean, I don't see much changing. And he said, he's like, well, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm kind of complex about this. He was like, well, we're gonna have your husband come in tomorrow, and we're gonna do a mini analysis because we can't do a full panel because it's so short notice. And he was like, "You're about to ovulate." He's like, "So we have to get you inseminated tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So he told me I have one egg, one mature egg, and that's a 20. It's a 20. So that's all he said. And he said the rest of them, he was looking, it was like no other egg grew, just the one that was 15 last time, and now it's a 20. He said the rest of them are still 11s and 9s. So he said, so you have one mature egg. He was like, I don't know what's going on. He said the point of the post-coital test is to see, how your husband's sperm, swims and lives in your CM. And he said, and your CM was nice and clear and watery. He was like, but there was no sperm. He's like, I could see if it was dead sperm, but there was no sperm. And I'm just like, well, I'm thinking, well, maybe it got washed out from all that stuff y'all done gooked up me. But he was like, it's in the cervix. She said it should have been in the cervix, and that's where he went looking. So I don't know. So my husband have to go in at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So that means we have to leave here at about 6. And he has to go in at 8 and give a deposit. And then my insemination is at 10. So, and then they told me to go ahead and take my Pregno shot. They showed me how to do it. And see, that's the needle. That's the needle. Take it out for y'all so y'all can see this boy. Look at that. The devil is a lie. Can you believe that? But she told me that this is just to mix it, and they should have another needle in here. But I don't see any other needle unless it's inside the box. So I'll check it, but I didn't see no other needle. She said you're supposed to remove this one and put another one, but I didn't see no other needle up in there. So, but she showed me how to mix it. They didn't tell me what time to take it. She just told me to take it today. No time, just take it today. So I guess, I don't know. Isn't it like after the ACG shot, you ovulate 12 or 24 hours later? So I guess since my insemination is at 10, I guess I'll take it at about 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, I guess I'll take it around that time, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. That's it. And the way he was talking, like he kept saying, like, I know, he's like, I think I figured out your problem. You have an ovulatory problem. He said, he said, you've been on Clomid, you've been on Letrozole, you've been on those, and no results and no pregnancy. And he said, and and we've put you on the strongest meds, and here you are, you still was having a problem maturing your eggs. He said your eggs were still having a problem growing. So he said, I'm figuring that, he said, you have an ovulatory problem. He said, so now we know what the problem is. So the way he was talking, it made me feel like he knows this cycle is not going to work, so he's prepared for the next cycle. That's how I was feeling when he was talking. So, but I rebuked that in the name of Jesus. I might have that one egg, but there could be more, and she just could not see them because she kept saying they're hiding behind something. They're hiding. She said they're hiding behind something. So there could be more than one egg. Because when you take the ACG shot, you ovulate all the eggs that's inside your ovaries. So who knows? One or two could be hiding behind. And I honestly believe on my left side, there has to be something because I'm feeling some serious pain over there as well on my right side. So I just believe that they're just not seeing it because I got a whole bunch of stuff hiding. My ovaries are just hiding, and they're always hiding. So, but even if this cycle doesn't work, and, I always I'm not being negative. I'm just being real, because after you've tried for so many years, as many years that me and my husband has tried to have a baby, and, the miscarriages and the chemicals and all that happen in between, you're just real about it. You know that there's a chance that it won't work. And I'm real about that. I'm real about the chance that it might not work. I'm praying that it does, but I just feel like if I'm real about it, then there won't be such a disappointment to where I totally shut down when I get that BFN. You know, when I get that, if I get that BFN, then I won't totally shut down because I always knew that there was that possibility. So, and the funny thing about it is he was like, he's like, we're going to get some sperm and we're gonna fertilize that egg. He was like, that is one expensive egg you paid for. That's an expensive egg you got there. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna get something from your husband and we're gonna fertilize that egg. And I was just like, you right. This is one expensive egg. This one egg, a good $3,000 for this one egg. And so he also gave me some Crinone. It's progesterone. He's like, I got you. He's like, this is the best progesterone for me to be on. He said, Prometrium is not good for me. He said, because Prometrium is more like a supplement. It's not anything to correct an issue. He said, it's just a supplement for people. He said, he believes that it's like, for one, Prometrium is not FDA approved for miscarriage, for like lack of for low progesterone. That's not what it's for. He said Prometrium is not for, he said he would never prescribe Prometrium for someone who've had a miscarriage. He said because you don't need a supplement, you need actual progesterone. It's not like taking a vitamin. He said Prometrium is like taking a vitamin. He's like, you actually need the medicine. And he said this is a FDA approved for people with low progesterone and history of miscarriage. Because if you look up Prometrium, it does say that this is not for miscarriages, but it can be just like other drugs that people try. They can say, well, this is for this, but let's try for this because I've known for it to help. You know, that's stuff like that. Like, you ever have read like directions or things for your medicine you're taking and say this is for such and such, but your doctor may have you taking it for something else. And that's what Prometrium like it's for something, but it's not for people who have a miscarriage. That's why people take like 600 and 700 milligrams. He said milligrams of it when, you know, with Crinone, you just have this one dose because this is what it is for. And so he gave this to me for 2 samples. He said this should be enough for 4 days. And then he gave me a prescription, which I need to find. And he also gave me a coupon right here. Pay $50 and save $100 up to $125. But from my understanding, that if you pay by cash, if you a cash payer, you only get save $50. And I believe for like 4, it's like $100 and something just for 4 applications. So go me. But it is what it is. So I triggered tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and trigger probably at about 10 o'clock. And start this process. And all I'm asking, ladies, is that y'all pray for me and my husband. Babe, you want to say hi? He said no. He had, babe, that don't mean nothing. I just, can you say hi to the ladies?
Hi.
Say hi to the ladies.
Hi.
Well, that's my update for now. If anybody have any experience or know anyone who just had that one follicle and still became a miracle, or just have any kind of story that they want to share with me that seems similar to mine, I would really be interested, especially with the post-coital test. Has anybody known for to have like 0 sperm, but then when they went in, the sperm was just fine, nothing was wrong with it? I mean, because I would hate to have spent all this money trying to get my one egg and then my husband don't have any active sperm or anything like that. Which I really don't think that's the problem. I'm like 99% sure that his sperm is okay, because you can't go from having over 200 million sperms to like 0 in 3 years. I just don't see how it's possible. I mean, he got to have one swimming up in there, right? But it is what it is. You know, I told y'all that I was praying for at least 3 follicles over 18, and God gave me one at 20, and I can't complain. I mean, that's what he felt. He felt that's what I needed, and so I can't complain about that. He only gives you what you need, and you just need one, right? Right, ladies? Well, I didn't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to give y'all an update and let y'all know exactly what's going on. I will update y'all. I don't know, maybe after the insemination. We'll see. Just remember, more prayer, more power. Little prayer, little power. No prayer, no power. God bless everybody.